Hello, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Amy Tiemeyer, and I'm not supposed to be talking, but I am, and I shouldn't have been doing that. So let's. How you doing, Amy? I'm going to do the little video real quick, or maybe we won't do the video. We'll just keep going.
Okay, maybe we could end with the video.
Okay, we could do that.
Okay.
But use what I normally do is when I start that is the sound for the podcast. When I get going, it's like, do you have the music beforehand? And I haven't done the. Hi, this is Helping the Brave. We are here to, do the voiceover. I'll leave that for you to do the voiceover.
No, you have a much better voice than I do.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. What's new with you? I just we didn't have a guest this week, and I want to have a talk. And I'm thinking going forward, when we don't have a guest, we still need to have a talk to see what's going on with veterans and different things out there. I do have an announcement, but you go ahead. You have something to talk about before I get into that?
Sure. So I am moving offices, and it's
companies or just into
no,
another
not
office?
companies, offices. So the Wounded Warrior Project gives space for the Travis Manion Foundation, which is very gracious and kind. But the Lacey Hub here in Washington actually also gives spaces to VSOs, and they have given space for both Jackie and I to have our own office with a door. At Wounded Warrior, it's cubicles, but that's not even the bigger reason why. It's because here you get you get a lot more veterans walking in.
Is that where you're now at?
Yes,
the new place.
This is where I'm now at, and so then I brought the big banner from the storage unit, and I'm just playing around with having it there. And
it works.
Yeah, and so it's kind of fun to hang out with new people that don't know me. So all my stories are new, all my jokes are new.
And not that new.
Well, they might be
new to them, you think?
Yep. Or they're gracious with me, That was really funny, Amy.
But or they're just nice because, oh, that's funny, Amy. Okay, now go on.
Right. Maybe. You never know. But it's been cool to be able to work with the new senior coordinator for TMF out here, and also actually interact with some veterans locally. And so I'm pretty excited about my office, and I have a door and chairs and stuff.
The little things in life, I tell you. So what do you do, Amy?
So
because you say VSO, which is a veteran service officer, but what does that mean? Because that could be a loose term for a lot of things, because I have no idea what you do at the Travis Manion Foundation.
So I help coordinate. What we do is we teach character courses to kids in middle school and high school, and our instructors are veterans and families of the fallen. Our goal is to get people involved in their communities, because when you lack passion and purpose is when your suicide rates go up, is when domestic violence rates go up. Now it also pairs with 1 in 3 kids don't feel like they have an adult mentor. So if we have these great mentors that have huge life experiences, get involved in schools and boys and girls clubs, and that could be a dance troupe, it could be a sports program, wherever they want to serve, and having good conversations around building character, and so I help. So it is very different, and it's a veteran service organizations that are here at this location, and even with Wounded Warrior Project are doing things like getting your VA disability claim. Oftentimes they're working with, the veteran needs housing or different resources. TMF is different in that we're kind of, once you're at that next stage and you want to give back and you want to find your group to support and work with, that's where we are. And it's kind of a beautiful thing, because we don't want people to see veterans just as PTSD survivors or different things. Like, we want our veterans and our families of the fallen to really thrive in their communities.
Well, maybe we should change it from PSD survivor to coming home.
Well, and I think,
no, you understand what I'm saying? Because when you say we don't want to see them as PTSD survivors, well, let's change the terminology to that they're, another term, like they've come home finally without what they took. You follow me? So maybe someone come up with a term that is a better term than saying that, and then we know what it means, but it's a kinder, gentler term. Are you following what I'm getting at?
I do.
I don't think I don't know if it matters, but I'm just saying people don't want to be known. Well, then it's finally we've helped you deal with the stuff that happened to you over there. It's not your fault. So let's move on. You shouldn't be known for that in the first place.
Right. Well, and I think within the veteran community, I think it's good when you pair the steps to success together, that it's not just the resources for those in crisis, but it's also we do, personal development and then engagement and different things like that. So it's different, but it's a good pairing. So I'm I'm pretty excited to be here. My dad.
You're pretty excited to be there, or you're really excited to be there?
I'm really excited to be here.
Okay.
My parents already came by and they're like, this is so cool. And I'm like, thank you.
Amy finally got an office with a door. It's so cool. The little things she's gotten.
Well, and it's fine, because I have a huge area. So it's not that I need an office.
Okay, move on. Don't even start getting humble about it. You got an office. You wanted an office. You got it. You've had an office before, but the difference now is you're actually focusing on veterans and what you're doing as this organization, and to help grow veterans and people, like kids or whatever, at schools. Because one of the things you said that if we don't have that mentors there's all these other things that happen to them, and one of them is really bad is they become liberals. But
whatever. But
I know.
say, like,
I'm just talking. So they say if up until you're 25, you vote, you do a certain way, and then after 25, you do something totally different. And that's so true. Everybody when they're young is all emotional about certain things, and then they realize life happens and they grow up. So, because I'm not talking libertarian. You understand that, right? I'm not talking.
No, I understand what you're saying, but
I'm just joking with you because we need to have veterans and people in schools to teach kids the way it really is, because they've been indoctrinated a certain way going forward, certain ways.
Well, I think I hear what you're saying. I'm not necessarily agreeing or disagreeing, but what I also feel like is you've talked about how many traumas kids come into the military with, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And how many in different things like that. Wouldn't it be great if veterans who have healed through processes could help kids unpack some of those traumas before they either go to college, go to work, or go into the military? And so that if we just become a less PTSD culture, or whatever, I think that is the whole point too. I saw a meme, I don't know, but where it's like, teach them character, give them 10 years to practice, teach them this, give them 10 years to practice. And that's what I think it's not a golden baton, it's not a magic pill you take, it's relationships and engagement. Yeah, what's going on with you, Ed?
I had to turn off my noise over here. It's like I shut down the noise, and then I start a new podcast, and it's like, oh, we're back on. So I had to look over there. Let's see what's new with me. So I interviewed a guy on a podcast, and we're going to have him on here to talk about it. But he was Anthony Robbins. Long story short, he became Anthony Robbins' guy for firewalking, like to set it up, do all that, started his own company. Then he went off and did stuff with Google, and then he did like glass walking and a bunch of stuff. And I was interviewing him on Interesting about his whole story, because he was an alcoholic, like raging, and finally got control of it because of military and other issues that he was dealing with. He finally dealt with it. Like, when do people normally deal with their PTSD? I don't know, 45. Right? They wait until they ruin every relationship, and then finally they deal with it. Is that what you're going to say? Am I right on that?
I think they actually did a study, and they said that men in particular, and I didn't hear what women were, but men were like 10 to 15 years after. So that would go coincide with the age group that you're saying.
That's if they even deal with it. They wait until they ruin every relationship on average, usually. But so one of the things he was talking about, he wanted to start this thing, Cause No Harm. That was his cause. And he wanted to do a firewalking for veterans to help them get out of their help them with their PTSD, get them out, whatever the reason is they want to do it. But he wanted to do it for veterans. And he was on another podcast, and the lady was a veteran, and she wanted to do it. And there was another one he was on, they want to do it. And I said, I want to be involved. I want to get this going. So there's a certain cost that we have to cover for about 100 veterans to do this. And I had set aside double that in my Rotary to help out veterans organizations in my area. And so far, I've only had one come in to get it. It was the guy that we had on from the prison system that, where he created a whole program for prisoners to get out that are vets. If you don't know what it is, you can go watch it. If you're listening to this, go back and look at, what was his name? Ron, I want to say Smith, but it's not. But anyway, it'll come to me. I'm getting old.
Or you can message us and we'll find the name.
Yeah, email us. All right. Or just go back and Helping the Brave. Eddie, Laurie, do you have to deep in podcast? Yay. Where was I saying? Anyway, so I reached out to him and I said, hey, how's it going? Because I'm like, I want to do one here locally. I want to pull down people from Sacramento, from the Bay Area, come up from Bakersfield, whatever, and have enough veterans to do this walk. I can get more than I need to do this and have our Rotary oversee this as part of it. So Rotary, his organization, and then Helping the Brave will be the third organization involved. So it'll be Helping the Brave, Do No Harm, and Modesto Sunrise Rotary put this on. And we're doing it February 17th.
Very cool.
And we'll get more information to you because I got to find the location. I got to find a bunch of stuff. But one of the things there's going to be a lot of little extra stuff you get once you do the walking. I'm going to create a challenge coin just for walking the fire, right? That weekend. That's a Saturday, by the way. And I'm thinking I'm going to find a pavilion that has an overhang just in case we get in February, we get 6 days of rain. It could be that day, could be one of them. So I want to make sure that just in case, because our Modesto JC has a huge ag pavilion that has overhang and it's open because of the animals and stuff. I'm like, there's something we can probably deal with it. And so it's just, I'm like, wow, it's actually coming together to do this. And so, I can deal with 100 right now. As this grows, I need to get more sponsors. I need to get some sponsors for sod. I need to get some sponsors for the wood, because it takes a certain hardwood and stuff like that, which is easy because I'm already there for 100. So we can do up to 300 easily if we get double get some more money, which I can get from Gallo, I'm sure, and some other places. So
cool. That sounds super exciting.
So what do you
want? What is the expected impact for the person who goes?
Have you ever seen anybody do a fire walk, or have you done a fire walk? All right. Whether you love her or hate her, I don't care. Just go see Oprah Winfrey's fire walk. Google it.
Okay.
All right. And she changed everything about her business afterwards. And she became wealthier after that. She changed everything. It made her to walk over coals. She made the decision, after she got on the other side, changed everything in her life. So that's the issue, is it's just to help you get through something that you think you should not be able to do, which is walking on fire. And they do it. Anthony Robbins does this stuff all the time as a final to get through the other side. He's like, the worst one is glass walking, that's broken glass, walking on that. He goes, so that freaks out most people, but instead of the fire. So, and they have to do it at nighttime. And the reason they have to do it at nighttime is they have to see the coals. So, yeah.
Interesting. That is interesting. I guess, both do sound quite terrifying.
Well, it's this overcoming to get you back. I can overcome this. I can do this. It's just a way. He's like, you don't understand. That's why we need to have him on, and you'll really understand why it's a huge thing. So,
very cool.
Yeah. So that's what's happening, but that's in February. So even if you're not in California, if I have space for you, come on down.
Cool.
Even you, Amy. We'll even let you do it, Amy.
We will see. We'll see. Put it on my calendar now and then see.
No, if you put it on your calendar, you're helping you're the other part of Helping the Brave. It needs to have the support of both people from Helping the Brave. Come on, Amy.
All right. I will. I'll give you an 85% yes. I'll put it on my calendar.
Do I need to call your husband?
You could try, but it's we don't know what his schedule is because he might be.
And you got babies you got to worry about?
I don't, but
what do you have to worry about then?
This fabulous job. You never know. There could be a thing.
Where's your, let me bet you. I bet you $100 that if you told your bosses that we're putting on a fire walking for veterans to overcome their issues, whether it's PTSD, whatever it is, that they would actually go, Amy, get the out of here and get down there.
Okay.
Hey, can Travis Manion Foundation give out some SAG, some snack, whatever you call that stuff?
Swag.
There's a word I'm looking for. Swag. Yes, they can. They can be part of it. They can do stuff with it if they want to. Hello.
All right. I'm on it.
I mean,
I'll
you do a
commit.
rucksack. You do a ruck thing, and this is even harder because you got to walk across burning coals.
Yes, this is true. All right.
And not burn your feet.
I think that's crazy.
Exactly. But when you get to the other side, let's see how you feel.
Have you done one?
No.
Okay.
No. This will be my first also. I just know how it changes people. I've never been so for me, Anthony Robbins, I liked Awakening the Giant Within. I like him back then. I don't like him now. He's been in a couple of things I've been in. It's like, open your heart and breathe in through your heart doesn't breathe. All right. You breathe in through your lungs, it goes into the systems, and I can't get past the way they talk now because it's anatomy. It doesn't work right. You can't tell me to do certain things that way. So I just don't relate to that part. I like the old part of the old person he was, not the new one. And there's nothing wrong with him. People get him, but I will never go see that now. That's where most of these fire walks is through Anthony Robbins. Mm-hmm. He was the guy after their event for 3 days. That was the final thing you did. So, and then this guy talked with a story. He was like, he was an alcoholic. He got a sponsor. The sponsor said, hey, we're going to Anthony Robbins. He's coming in and we're going to do this and this and this. And he tells the story how he was like, I'm not going to walk. The guy's like, hey, don't worry about it, man. Just get in line and, watch it. Watch what's going on. And the next thing he goes, I'm right there. And the guy's like, puts a hand on his shoulder and go, all right, go. And so I went. And then afterwards, he volunteered. And then afterwards, they found out what he did and what he did in the service and how he did it and all this stuff. And like, we want you to run. Hey, will you go on? Anthony Robbins asked them to go with him to all the different events and do all that firewalk and all that stuff. He goes, I can't. I have kids and my wife. He goes, oh, bring them with. They're homeschooled, right? He goes, yeah, we'll bring them with you. We'll cover all their costs also.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
Neat.
So it's a great story that he was on. It's on my Helping the Brave. David Albin. Yeah. We'll get him on here.
Yeah.
So that we can, as we're getting closer, so we can prop it up. I guarantee you, it's gonna be huge. So it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger to a point where we'll have to have more and more people. So, and he's one of his guys is in close to Yosemite. The other lady is in Los Angeles, but he's got a lot of people. What we're doing is it's just covering their costs. That's it.
Nice. That's kind.
Yeah.
It's very kind.
Yeah. So there you go. That's what's going on with me. Not much.
Not much.
Not much. Well, I want to give back to veterans. My whole Rotary thing was giving back to veterans this year, and it's killing me. I can't get them to come in and go, hey, we need some money. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
this is an easy way to help at least 100 veterans right away.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's
and we can open it up to first responders also if we need to. So
okay. Do you have a list of people who are planning on going already?
Dude, this is so new. This is 2 days old.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
This just in. Okay, so we're a little goofy.
No, we're normal. We're veterans. But I'm just saying it's an opportunity where you can have to do what you would not normally do, which would make you very uncomfortable. So you need to do it. You got to do everything that makes you uncomfortable.
I know. I don't actually. I would probably never sign up for something like that simply because I have ugly feet. So
no one's going to look. It's going to be nighttime. It'll be dark. It'll be dark at 6:00 in February.
Really?
Yeah, it's only going to be like February. Yeah, think about it. It's winter still. It doesn't get lighter until like April. So we'll be like 59 or 65 unless there's rain. So
okay.
I was like, well, maybe I should move it to March. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Anything else you got to talk about today, Miss Amy? Nope.
Nope. I mean, just local things that are going on, but not anything that is necessarily
I mean,
nationwide.
local veteran things.
Yeah, like MVP is doing pretty well, which is merging vets and players. We're going to have a Friendsgiving at the brewery that I love in DuPont. And I'm really excited to plan that because it's going to
There's
be,
another organization that could be part of this too.
there is. And they
A
have an
chapter down here. I don't know where it's at, but I'm just
LA.
saying because what's nice about where I am, we're about an hour from everybody. You follow me?
Oh,
It's perfectly centrally located, and we'll have tons of parking, tons of this. That's what's great about doing it here.
so is it going to be an all day thing? Is it like,
I
what's the,
haven't even gotten into that. I just know it's going to be a couple hours to get, you got hundreds of people get through this thing. It's going to start at night and then they got to go through it. So there's so many that can go through it. And so I haven't thought about a whole day event or any kind of stuff at all that far. I got get in the day. We'll figure it out. I don't want to make it about, but a road show or whatever, you know what I mean? Kind of thing. I just want to, we
cool.
could have a dinner and then go.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool.
Yeah. We'll
Well, I
figure
think
it
it
out.
sounds like a really exciting idea.
It's the idea phase. Got the date, got the idea. Now it's to put it together. I need someone else to put it together. That's what I need. I need that person. I can get the money. I can get the people. I just don't want to do that part of it.
The organizing of the event.
Yeah. I know I can get some people to do with it. The people who organize our events through Rotary. I'm going to reach out to them this week.
Nice. Hopefully they'll want to participate. That would be great.
I'm the president of my Rotary organization. If they don't, they're going to be recognized for it. That means fined. And so I'm sure they're going to really want to do it. So,
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice,
All right.
nice.
That's pretty much all I have for today.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Thanks for doing this with me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I like the idea of us chatting on the weeks that we don't have a guest. I think that's
Yeah,
good.
which is not that often, unfortunately. So, but yeah, we need to do this more often. All right, Amy, it was nice seeing you again. And I want to thank you for watching you. And I want to thank one thing you can do for us is just hit that subscribe button. That was the best thing you can do for us. Amy, did you have something to say?
Nope. Thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks, Ed,
All
for
right.
your service.
Thank you for your service, your double service. All right. Make it a great day.